Folks, if you could go ahead and take your seats.
I move.
I'll entertain a motion to come back from executive session.
So move.
Back into regular session. Have a motion from Ms. Marchman to return to regular session. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second from Mr. Carter. All in favor? All right, we are back in regular session from executive session. David, would you report on the executive session, please?
There was no action taken in executive session that needs to be discussed in open session.
You're really good at that. Thank you. All right, we're going to move to tab B, governing body. This is going to be the presentation of the police recruitment video. Are we ready to run that?
Can I speak first?
Absolutely. Come on up.
Quick on the trigger. Good
Yeah.
afternoon, Mayor, Council. I'm here representing the police department and
I don't think the mic's on.
that you were gracious enough to allow us to make. We were able to use, I believe, the dark money from pay to make this video. We were fortunate to work with Schiller Productions. James Paul and Zoo Rendell are here to speak if they want to speak. They don't want to speak, or they do? All right. I knew James did. He loves it. So anyway, this has been a great experience for us. We've really enjoyed it. They've been amazing to work with. I think the video turned out fantastic. So I'm going to let them speak.
All right. Come on up.
Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
I wanted to say, I wanted to just kind of talk about my experience doing this video. Well, I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces. Hello. You're going to see this man right here on our video. When we first got the call to do this video, we didn't know what to expect, right? You hear all different kinds of stories on the news, and so for us, it was like, all right, let's see what these guys are about. And our minds were blown because we had fun from the very first time that we started until today. Like Chief and working with Hunter and the rest of these men here, so much fun. And the cool thing about it is I got a chance to brag about that, just to talk about the wonderful people here in Villa Rica and everyone that we worked with, and Ken and everyone else. So we had fun. I just want to say that. So when you see this, you'll see a lot of serious parts, but let me tell you, there's a lot of clips that you all didn't see and where we had a lot of fun. So you've got some good officers here, and I can't wait to see who else joins this team, seriously. And good to see you, Mayor.
Yeah, good to
Yes.
see you.
Also, I had Zuleika. I'm going to have her come up. She doesn't like to speak, but I just want to put her on the spot anyway because she worked side by side with me on this project. And we even got a newspaper article written on stuff that we've done, and the story that was told was calls were being made wondering what was going on, but it was a good cause though in this scenario. So hopefully we bring some more positive and good energy to the team.
All right, very good. Come on up.
Thank you.
How are
Thank
you?
you, Mayor. Great
Yes,
to
ma'am.
see you again.
Good to see you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zoo. Can everyone hear me? Thank you. I don't want to reiterate everything James said, but it was such a pleasure to work with. Thank you. with Chief and Hunter. They're amazing. Hunter was fantastic, and he did a lot more than he would ever take credit for in this project. From helping us coordinate who we needed to meet and film, to scheduling. He was really, really instrumental in getting this done. James lied. I do like to talk a lot, so I'm going to try to keep it really short and just say thank you for the opportunity and choosing to work with us. This was an amazing experience, not just for us two, but for the team that got to come on site. We have a really small group of young budding artists, and a couple of them had their eyes really opened into what it means to be a police officer, and not just the interactions they see themselves and friends and what they see on TV, but they got a chance to meet Hunter and a huge number of the team here at Villa Rica, and it really impressed them to see the human side of the work that these officers do and what it takes for them to be out in the street. And so that was really important for us to see too. And I hope that we have another opportunity to show more of that. Because at times like this, I think it's important not just for our community to see it, but for the world to see that it's not just the bad stuff, it's not just the clickbait stuff. These are real people doing real amazing work, and a lot of it is really, really hard. And so thank you again for the opportunity, and hope you guys enjoy it.
Absolutely, thank you.
Last thing is, everywhere we went it was positive information. Like, they talked highly of Billerica Police. So I just want you all to know that, seriously. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Good. All right, let's watch the video.
Music's not playing.
Mayor, council, and local government appreciate and support the Billerica Police Department. The dedicated service and professionalism of our officers are second to none. You too could be one of Billerica's finest.
I'm looking for the best and the brightest to join our ranks. We need honest, brave, loyal men and women to serve with us in this amazing community. Do you have what it takes? We're ready. How about you?
That was really impressive. It was really long. I think we have a second version that's a little shorter though, right? And I noticed some of your props, some of your locations have been eliminated since you did this. Since you did this.
Yes, Grandma's truly was a crime scene.
And it looked to me like you all used that pretty well to make it look like a rough and tumble part of town. I think y'all did a great job on that, and I appreciate it.
But the chief needs to keep his day job.
Chief needs to keep his day.
When I first watched it, I was in it more than that, and I said, I don't need to be in that.
I remember when Tom and I first watched it in his office, he said that thing was really good all the way up to those last 15 seconds. And actually at that time you weren't in it, it was me. It was only me. So you can always count on Tom. I think y'all did a good job. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing that. So what are we going to do? We're going to put this out on we're going to put this out on social media, and then we have a shorter version that we're going to use with our
We
actual.
have one also that has, where some of the restaurant owners and business owners in town, have shown support for the department and things like that. So, yeah, we've got different versions. We've probably got 4 different versions, James? Yeah. So, yeah, we've got several different versions. We're gonna put them out in different places in different ways.
So I noticed it took me probably, 2 takes to do that? How many did it take the chief? 1. Oh, okay. All right, never mind. It wasn't as good as I thought it was. And you've been working too close with these guys.
37.
That's entirely too much. Okay, well, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Okay, let's move on now to Human Resources. First time up, Miss Lena, who's our new HR director here. You get to present your first item, which looks like it's going to spend more money.
Actually, it's a savings.
All right, well, good. Let me not get ahead of myself. Go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. Mayor, council, it's an honor to be here to work with the citizens and the employees at Billerica. I thank you once again for really welcoming me. It's really great. I will eventually next month be a resident of Billerica. So I look forward to walking along the Main Street and all the other communities and just saying hi to the residents and those employees. Okay, let's get down to business.
Excellent. I love that.
I am here to present the workers' compensation renewal with BIDCO. Present that to the mayor and council for your review and for your approval. We have a package that we did present to you, and so I'm just going to actually read this so that those who are viewing this can actually understand the process and what we are asking you all to review and renew. The plans have run from, historically, they've run from March 10th to March 10th. In 2022, we did a short-term 3-month renewal so that we could get a June 30th renewal. We approached the following brokers requesting quotes. That was United Heartland / Accident Fund Group, American Interstate Insurance Company, Risk Innovations Wholesale Brokers, and McGowan Governmental Underwriters, which is the Travelers and BIDCO. So under McGowan Underwriters, that's where they're a wholesaler, and that's where we got the presentation regarding Travelers and BIDCO. I presented to you the workers' compensation summary, and in that summary, if you can turn to page marketing summary. Yes, no, not that one, I'm sorry. It's called the workers' compensation summary. Yes, and the 3rd page there. I'm going to review the fund groups that we actually went for a quote. United Heartland Accident Fund Group, they declined to offer terms. So that is why we do not have a quote from them. American Interstate Insurance Company also declined to offer terms. Risk Innovations Wholesale Brokers, they considered us as a risk. Now the reason why all of those companies declined to offer it is because a lot of companies are not funding municipalities, mainly because of their police department and their public works department. They feel as if it's a risk for them to underwrite. So that's the main reason why they are declining. If we go down to McGowan Governmental Underwriters, which is a wholesalers, which Mallory Insurance Brokers, that is who we deal with, that's where they approach Travelers. Travelers was approached, but they no longer write workers' compensation only, which is what we are looking for. They require all lines of coverage, including property, casualty, auto, and workers' compensation. So that means that we would have to, they would have to underwrite all of those, not just workers' compensation, which is what we are looking for them to do. Bidco, which is what we are actually, which is a company that I'm requesting us approve, they were the ones that gave us a quote, we're willing to underwriters. Now, if we look at the workers' comparison, which is the, thank you. So we look, and I highlighted the scheduled credit there. And the reason why I highlighted the scheduled credit was because Mallory requested that they give us an even lower rate, which is what they did. I'm sorry, a higher rate, which is what they did. And they gave us a higher rate because they are looking to keep our business. So it's almost like if you go to a business and they want to keep you around, they're gonna do whatever they can to ensure that they can within their means. And so within their means, they were able to give us a higher scheduled rate. Last year in 2022, when we did the 3-month, our total was $173,614. This year, they were able to lower it to the cost of $170,531, which Mayor and Council, what I'm asking you to approve is the $170,531. Any questions?
Okay, wow. This is your first time up. You ended that pretty quick. Okay, so I appreciate that. So what we're looking at here is 170,000, and my system's not working here yet. 170,531 on the workers' comp insurance. And the reason that we don't look to anyone to underwrite all of the other lines of insurance is because we do that through.
Yes, we currently have that through other insurance carriers. I don't have.
Is it GERMA?
Yes.
Yep, I thought so. Okay. So the only thing we don't do through GERMA is the workers' comp, and that's why we're doing this. And you went through all of the various companies that we were able to look at and gave all the reasons about why one or the other was not interested in us or we weren't interested in them. So I appreciate that. I thought you did a thorough job with that. Let me see if council has any questions, though. Does anyone have any questions? Mr. Carter.
I noticed it's a budgeted item, is that correct?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Ms. McPherson.
So you've been doing this for a period of years, just not here in Villa Rica. Is this the first time you've seen this sort of situation with those companies declining that type of risk?
No, it's not.
Okay, so it's not something that's just happened in the last couple years?
It's not something that happened when I was up in another municipality. We had the same issue. The problem is that we're talking about public works, as we know, that you're dealing with safety hazard in public works. So you're talking about sanitation, you're talking about water, treatments. You're talking about folks out in the road. For instance, we just had a water main break. So we had our employees out there digging, within, dealing with pipes. And we actually had new employees, that were out there. So things of that nature. Then you have police department. Well, they're dealing with all types of safety hazards, whether it's them, driving the vehicles, whether it's them dealing with, shootings. So it's not something that I'm not surprised, no.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Well, Lena, I think you did a great job. It's hard to come up and do this, and I know you've got experience in other cities in doing it, but I think you did a great job here. I try to make it as painless as possible, so I think you did good. I will entertain a motion if someone has it.
Okay. I got
Mr.
one.
Carter.
I make a motion to approve the workers' compensation renewal with Bitco for the period of June 30th, 2022 through the period of June 30th, 2023 for the amount not to exceed $170,531.
All right, I have a motion. I have a second.
Second.
All right. I have a motion to approve the workers' compensation renewal with Bitco for the period of June 30, 2022 through June 30, 2023 for an amount not to exceed $170,531, seconded by Ms. Marchman. Ms. McPherson. Is there any discussion? All right, all in favor? All right, that's unanimous. All right, thank you, Lena.
Thank you.
All right, next up is the wondrous Jennifer Hallman. You're going to present an updated customer sanitation rate, and this is due to GFL's 5% rate increase. Would you please present that item?
Sure. Unfortunately, I'm bringing before y'all a 5% rate increase that needs to be passed along to our customers. And GFL is implementing.
Is your mic on?
There we go. Is that
There you
better?
go.
Okay, I'm
Thank
sorry.
Lena happened to be loud enough,
Yeah.
is what happened.
It's the Jersey. It's the Jersey.
Is it?
New Jersey.
Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead,
Sorry
Jennifer.
about that. GFL has it in their contract that in the event that the cost of fuel exceeds $3.83 per gallon for a 30-day period, then they are allowed to implement a 5% surcharge. We were notified of this after what I brought before y'all last month, and they said they would make it effective July 1st. So I'm just asking y'all's approval to increase our rates by 5% to our customers, which would be a 69 cent for the first cart, an increase of 43 cents for the second cart, and there would be an increase of 52 cents for the low-income senior cart. Be effective July 1st, tomorrow.
All right, so essentially GFL has in their contract that if the fuel prices are sustained at a rate of $3.83 a gallon for 30 days, they can implement this rate
Yes.
increase. We are simply, you're asking us to pass that along to the customer, the exact dollar that we are about to pay. There's
That is
nothing
correct.
unreasonable about that at all. This remains in effect until such time as the sustained rate of fuel per gallon is $3.83 or higher. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Is there any questions from council?
It's not a budgeted
Mr.
item,
Carter.
so where's the money coming from?
Well, we're going to take a look, with us being, 3 more months until the end of the year. We have had some, staff has been working on some inconsistencies with what GFL was billing versus what we were billing our customers. We've cleaned some of that up, so we've had some savings. So instead of bringing before y'all a budget amendment, I just want to kind of see how, right now, how the line items look. They look like they can take this impact. But I don't want to do anything preliminary right now until we finish the year. And if the fund needs to have the extra money, then I will come before y'all at that time and do a housekeeping cleanup at that
All right.
time.
I understand that. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Since I gave Lena kudos, you did great on that,
Okay.
too. A lot of good details. I appreciate it. All right. Who would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Carter.
Since this is something that's in the contract, I'll move to approve the updated customer sanitation rates due to GFL's 5% rate increase because of rising fuel costs effective July the 1st, 2022.
All right, I have a motion to approve the updated customer sanitation rates due to GFL's 5% rate increase because of rising fuel costs effective July 1, 2022. For Mr. Carter, I have a second from Ms. Marchman. Is there any discussion? All in favor? All right, that is unanimous. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, and we have reached the end of the agenda, and I promised someone earlier that it would be a short agenda and meeting, and it was. We took care of some necessary things. I want to take a moment, though, to talk about something that I think has been sent out, but I don't know if everybody knows it. So, day before yesterday, the city of Villa Rica was notified that we had been granted a $1.7 million development grant. This is very exciting for us here because this money can be really useful for some of the projects that we've been working on as we absorb the impact of growth that we know is going to come here to Villa Rica, and as we make way for some of the traffic issues that we're trying to be proactive in addressing. But I want to especially thank those who helped us by writing letters, and maybe everybody on this council. I don't know that for sure, but if you did, your work there was helpful for Chris Montesinos to write this grant application. I also want to thank Senator Mike Dugan for his letter and for the letter from Chairman Michelle Morgan, and also from Karen Handel with Carol Tomorrow and Clint Chance, who is the District 2 Commissioner. All of these folks wrote letters in support of this application. And of course, I want to be especially thankful for Chris Montesinos, who wrote this application. You go down to Chris's office, he's usually in his office. You can't really see him, he's covered up by these monitors, but his office is really well decorated. But this shows the fruits of what he does down there. So if anybody ever has any questions about what Chris does, we can be thankful for this kind of effort, because this resulted in a $1.7 million grant to the city that was sorely needed. So I wanted to take a minute to do that, and I will do this again July 12th when we have all the cameras and stuff here, because this is really big for us, and this matters, and it matters on a number of levels. So Chris is not here, but I have personally thanked him already, and I hope you all will when you see him as well. Okay, we have reached the end of the meeting, but I will recognize any council member who would like to make any comments before I entertain a motion to adjourn. Anybody? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion from Ms. Marchman to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Ooh, I thought y'all wanted to stay. I got a second from Ms. McPherson. All in favor? That's unanimous. We're adjourned.
You can update us on something. Is that like
You want to update us on something?
from earlier
Okay.
today?